सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते। जय नारायणि नमोस्तुते। Hari Om and welcome to all of you for this monthly session that we have on sadhana. In today's session, we will be discussing about Navaratri and the sadhana that we are supposed to do during this Navaratri. Because as you know, Navratri is not very far, starting from 22nd. So by the time we will have our next sadhana day, Navratri will already be going on. So we thought that before the Navratri starts, let us know how to celebrate Navratri, why to celebrate Navratri, and what sadhana we should be performing during those 9 days. See, Bharata is a very interesting land. This is a place where there is festival on every day. Some part of India that we have even today, Bharata goes even still further demographically, it was much bigger land, but even what we have as India today, even that every day there is some festival happening in some part. We will not find any such land where so many festivals are there. See, generally in every place there will be 1 or 2 main festivals, major festivals which will be there. But we have so many festivals. Why? Because it is said, Utsava priyo hi manushyaha. Human being likes festivities and therefore we like celebrating festivals. Now the beauty of the festivals, Utsavas in Bharata are that every festival is connected to worship of some form of divinity. So you take up any festival, there will be some connection with God, right? In any form, in different forms, different ways. For many places now, as we are conducting this session, Ganeshotsava is going on. Ganesh Chaturthi was on 27th and therefore 10 days of festival of worship of Ganesha. Ganpati Bhagwan is going on. Today it is also Radha Ashtami. They say that Radhaji was born today. So after Shri Krishna Janmashtami, which we celebrated just 15 days ago, now 15 days later Radha Ashtami is today. So today is again special day. So what I am trying to say is every day, Rishi Panchami just happened 3 days back. So we have festivals all through the year. Why? As I said, because human beings likes festival. But why do we like festivals? What does festival do? See, festival works on different levels. On the level of nation or society, if we see, festival brings people together. To give you example, this Ganeshotsav which we celebrate Earlier, Ganesh Chaturthi used to be a very small function which will happen in family. So Bhagavan's Murti will be brought on the Chaturthi day. 10 days Prana Pratishtita Murti will be worshipped, and on the 11th day, Ananta Chaturdashi day, Visarjana of that Murti will happen. That idol will be put in water. In many of the houses, this festival will go on for 10 days. But around 1892, 1893, Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, one of the freedom fighters of India, thought that this festival should become a reason for people, for society to come together, so that they will get feeling that we need to have independence. So this Ganapati or Ganeshotsav became a Sarvajanika Ganeshotsav, a public function it became. So if we see today how it is celebrated in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, in Madhya Pradesh, in many of other parts, other northern states of Bharat, of India, we will see that this festival is celebrated not just at home. Of course, at home also that worship will be there, Ganapati Bhagwan will be brought and all that will happen. But Sarvajanika, public places also, in every nook and corner actually, in every street, there will be this pandal which will be erected and big murtis of Ganesha will be brought. So it started from Pune in Maharashtra, it started in 1892, 1893, and then it is there all over India today. Why? It becomes a reason for the society, for people to come together, to give up all the small troubles or fights that you may have with your neighbors. You forget all that and you come together. So on the level of society, on the level of nation, the entire nation comes together on these days. Isn't it? Everybody celebrates. So that is what festival does on the societal level. Now we come little closer. On family level also it brings people together. For most of us now living in different cities, festivals are the only occasions to meet with family. No more we are living in joint families. Most of us are not living in joint families, and therefore such festivals, whether it is Ganeshotsav or Deepavali or Navaratri or the Varshikotsav of your village temple, etc., becomes a reason for you to go back to your ancestral home, meet with all the cousins, meet with all the family members, and that again becomes a very joyous occasion for the family to bond. When we come still little closer to ourselves, individually also these festivals are very important. See, physically they keep us on the toes. All festivals have lot of physicality involved in terms of, see, dances will be there, like we have Ganeshotsav, dance will be there, Navaratri, we will do Garba, and Deepavali also, there will be so many festivities that we will do. Physically we go through that. Emotionally also, when we live a monotonous life of everyday going to 9 to 5 job and everything with the family, sometimes that monotonous life becomes too much. And these festivals bring a change, even to our psyche, even to our mind. And therefore this festival is like a refreshing thing for all of us. Individually I am saying. If you see creatively also, there are so many hidden talents in each one of us. Some of us are singers, some of us are dancers, some of us are good in painting, some of us are good in decoration, some of us are good in rangoli. So many such talents we have. But when will we do that? These festivals give us a chance to even bring out that creativity in us. And last thing, if you really think about, these festivals do something more than all these aspects, and that is, these festivals bring us closer to God. And the best thing about festivals is they do it most of the times unknowingly. Krishna Janmashtami, Ganeshotsav, youngsters are interested in the dance and the songs that are there, but unknowingly they are singing songs of God. They are coming closer to God. Unknowingly in Deepavali, with all the dressing up etc. that you do, you want to wear nice dresses. Onam, which is now being celebrated in Kerala. You want to wear those saris and all those things, but along with that, you go to a temple. You worship Vamana Murti, you go to different, in Diwali also we go to temple in the morning. So somehow, knowingly or unknowingly, we are coming closer to God during these festivals. And therefore, festivals play a very important role in spiritual life of all the sadhakas as well. I have already explained on the national or societal level, on the family level, on the individual level, it brings change. But even on spiritual level, it brings transformation. Now, you see, we are meeting for the sadhana day, and I am sure so far so many kinds of sadhana you have seen. We started with karma yoga, if I remember correctly, then japa sadhana, and then meditation, and so many kinds of sadhanas we have seen. Sometimes people think, no, so many types are there, which one is the correct sadhana? Actually, there is nothing like one sadhana which is the correct sadhana. See, sadhana or sadhana, both words, what do they mean? Sadhyate anena iti sadhanam. Sadhyate anaya iti sadhana. That by which it is accomplished. The goal is accomplished. Sadhya is accomplished. That is called as sadhana. So the importance is given to achievement of the goal. How you get there is secondary. Say for example, suppose I am a sports person, and therefore to achieve my goal of representing my country or playing for a team, I need to be physically fit. That is the goal. How I maintain my physicality and how I become physically fit, that is sadhana, which is of different types. Somebody will run, somebody will go to gym, somebody will do different kinds of exercises, somebody will do yoga. There can be different ways of achieving the same goal. So the goal is given importance. Here too, in spiritual life, the goal is to realize one's own self. The goal is to experience directly that Supreme Brahman. Now, how we reach there can be of many different types. And therefore, there are these different kinds of sadhanas. Actually speaking, everything that we do during festivals also is some kind of sadhana only. Whether it is puja that we do, or whether it is some celebration, whether it is dance, whether it is Holi, playing with colors and playing with water, all that is sadhana. Only thing is that we have to change our attitude and look at it as sadhana. Many people will say, Vedji, what is this Holi, playing with colors? How is that sadhana? Actually, why we play with colors, and if you would have seen, if you would have played, if you would have noticed, at the end of the entire celebration, you can't distinguish between people. Remember all the old photographs of you after playing Holi. Nowadays they do the transition also. Before Holi, after Holi, transition. The beauty after we play with colors, etc. is everybody looks same. There is no difference of gender. You can't make out whether the person is a man or a woman, or a small child or a grown-up person, of which caste, of which religion, of which nationality. Everybody becomes same. Now that is the sadhana. In spirituality, we are taught that the self in me is the self in all. I must see that one self which is common in everybody. Now that you are practicing by playing with colors and seeing everybody as same as you yourself. So you understand, every single festival can thus become sadhana. Now coming to Navaratri in specific. Actually, we have 4 Navaratris in a year. In different parts, these 4 Navaratris have different importance, but all 4 are celebrated. First one is the Chaitra Navaratri, which is the first 9 days of the lunar calendar. So starting from Chaitra Pratipada, Gudi Padwa, up to Sri Ramanavami, Chaitra Shukla Navami, those 9 days are celebrated as Chaitra Navaratri. Vasanta Navaratri also, sometimes they will call. Actually, Vasanta Navaratri is other one also, but for now this much is sufficient information. Second Navratri we have is called Ashada Gupta Navratri. This is Gupta Navratri means this is for your personal sadhana. Nothing happens as on the level of society or on the level of family. This is one to one with you and Devi. That's it. It's called Ashada Gupta Navratri. The third Navratri which is coming now, which comes in Ashwina Masa, the 7th month of the lunar calendar, and it's called as Sharadiya Navratri. Sharadiya Navratri, because Sharad Ritu is going on, and therefore this is called Sharadiya Navratri. And the last one, fourth one, is called Magha Gupta Navratri, which will be around December, January in our calendar. Magha Masa, 11th month of the lunar calendar. Out of these four, two are Gupta Navratris which we have seen, which is only for sadhana. It is not, no function etc. doesn't happen. But Chaitra Navratri and Sharadiya Navratri are celebrated. Among both of them also, Sharadiya Navratri is more popular, more famous. So generally when you say Navratri, people refer to this Sharadiya Navratri. The worship of Devi in 9 days, in Sharad Ritu, in Ashwina Masa. So this is after Mahalaya Amavasya, after the Pitru Paksha, Mahalaya Amavasya comes, and next day, Pratipada onwards, Ashwina Shukla Pratipada onwards, the Navratri is there. Now what is the significance? Why do we celebrate this Navratri? So historically it is said that on these 9 nights, Devi fought with Mahishasura, and on the 10th day, she killed Mahishasura, which we celebrate as Vijaya Dashami. Vijaya Dashami. So because she fought with Mahishasura on these 9 nights, please note, Navaratri, it is 9 nights that are celebrated, not 9 days only. So because she fought at night, Asura was more powerful at night and therefore he wanted to fight at night. So Devi fought at night and won over this Mahishasura. So one historical importance of the Sharadiya Navratri. Second, it is said that Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra also fought with Ravana during these 9 days and killed Ravana on the 10th day, and therefore Vijayadashmi we also celebrate as Dashahara, the day that Dashamukha Ravana was killed. Hara means he was destroyed, or his life was taken away. So Dashahara. So 9 days Bhagavan also fought with Ravana. Some even believe that these are the 9 days that Sri Rama worshipped Devi before fighting with Ravana. We also see in Mahabharata that Pandavas were completing their Vanvasa and Ajñatavasa, and they also worshipped Devi during these 9 days to give them power for the battle, for the huge war, Mahabharata war, which was coming up. And after worshipping her for 9 days, on the 10th day it is said that Pandavas took back their weapons. They had kept all their weapons hidden on a tree, Shami Vriksha, and then they took it back on the 10th day, preparing themselves for war. So we have this Navaratri going as far as Ramayana Mahabharata time, since when the worship of Devi on these 9 nights has been happening. So it's a very historical festival, actually speaking. Now, what is this festival actually? What do we do? As I said, this Sharadiya Navratri is special worship of Devi. In Chaitra Navratri also Devi is worshipped. In all Navratris Devi is worshipped. But in Chaitra Navratri, worship of Sri Rama also happens because 9th day is Sri Rama's birth, Ramanavami in Chaitra Masa. And therefore, Sri Rama is also worshipped in Chaitra Navratri. But this Sharadiya Navratri is specific to worship of Devi. In different parts of Bharata, this is worshipped in different ways. In many places, 9 nights are divided into 3. So 3, 3, 3 like that. And Devi has got 3 main forms. 3 main forms as Saraswati, Mahalakshmi and Durga. So they worship Saraswati on the first 3 days, then Mahalakshmi on the next 3 days and Durga on the next 3 days. And that is how we have Kali Puja, etc. happening in Bengal in the last 3 days. Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, all these days, Kali worship, Durga worship is very popular. If you come to southern part of India, the worship is little opposite. First 3 days, Durga Parameshwari or Parvati is worshipped. Next 3 days, Mahalakshmi is worshipped. And last 3 days, Saraswati is worshipped. Why? Because it has a spiritual significance. This kind of worship has a spiritual significance. If you see Devi Mahatmya or Durga Saptashati, there are 3 charitras. Prathama Charitra, Madhyama Charitra and Uttama Charitra. Now we will see the Devata of Prathama Charitra is Durga. Devata of Dvitiya or Madhyama Charitra is Mahalakshmi, where she kills Mahishasura. And the Devata of the Uttama Charitra or last Charitra is Saraswati. Now little bit deeper we will go into. We say in Vedanta that the goal that we need to achieve is not far from us, but it is our own self. So I need to realize my own nature. That is my entire spiritual life. And therefore spiritual goal is to realize your own self. So the question comes, if what I want to achieve is me myself, then why I do not know my own nature? Why I need to follow so many things? I need to do so much of spiritual practices to realize my own nature. Why I do not know it instinctively? Why I don't know? It is explained that it is because of 3 obstacles that we have between us and ourselves. And these 3 obstacles are Mala, Vikshepa and Avarana. I am what I seek, but I don't know who I am, because the instrument through which I am trying to see is the mind. And the mind has got impurities. Mala, number 1. Number 2, mind is distracted. And therefore it is difficult for me to focus on my own self. Vikshepa, Vikshepa means distractions. And number 3, my real nature is, so to say, veiled, covered from my vision. Avarana. Avarana means covering. It is the Ajnana Avarana, the covering of ignorance. So though I am what I seek, I don't know myself, I don't gain or experience my own self because of these 3 obstacles. Mala, impurity of the mind; Vikshepa, distractions of the mind; and Avarana, the veiling of ignorance. So our entire spiritual life is to remove these 3 obstacles. The moment we remove these 3 obstacles, the goal is achieved. We don't have to go anywhere to gain something. Here, what we are trying to gain is the self. So we only need to remove these 3 obstacles and the goal is already achieved. So the entire spiritual life, spiritual practices, all the sadhanas are to remove this Mala, Vikshepa and Avarana. Now, the removal of this Mala, Vikshepa, Avarana is what is depicted through the worship of Durga, Mahalakshmi and Saraswati. If you really think little more closely, Mala has to be countered with Chitta Shuddhi. The impurity of the mind has to be tackled with the purity of the mind, Chitta Shuddhi. Vikshepa, distraction, has to be countered with Chitta Ekagrata, single pointedness or focus of the mind. And Ajnana Avarana, or the veiling of ignorance, is to be countered with Atma Jnana, a self-knowledge. The self-knowledge. Now, the entire process is to purify the mind, to make it single pointed and to experience that self-knowledge. This is what is depicted through the worship of Durga, Mahalakshmi and Saraswati. Actually, Mala Vikshepa work together because both are concerning with mind. Our mind is both impure also and distracted also. And therefore, we need to work on both these problems together. You can't say that, okay, first I will purify the mind, then I will make it single pointed. It doesn't work like that. I have to try and do both together. I need to keep purifying also and keep focusing also. So, this Mala Vikshepa removal can be taken in any ways. You can take Vikshepa removal first, Mala removal later, or Mala removal first, Vikshepa. That's okay. It is one and the same. The sequence doesn't matter in the first two because they have to be done together. Mala, when you say impurities are to be removed, how to do it? By inculcating purities. So negativities, when I say need to be removed, I have to keep on bringing positivities in me. So sometimes we say that worship of Mahalakshmi helps us in doing that, because Mahalakshmi is the Devata of all the positivities, not just outside but inside also. All the good qualities etc. are being given by this Mahalakshmi Devi. Whereas Durga Parameshwari, what does she do? She helps in destroying all the bad habits and wrong thinkings that we have. So Durga Parameshwari and Mahalakshmi, so to say, work together to remove Mala and Vikshepa from sadhaka's life. Now, when we say that they both are working together to remove our Mala and Vikshepa, we must understand that it is our sadhana which is going to help the entire process. You can't say that I will sit quietly, I will just sit and do whatever I want and Durga and Mahalakshmi will come and destroy. I have to facilitate the whole process. I have to remember them. I have to bring them to my mind. Then they will fight and then they will do all these things. Right? When Mala and Vikshepa is removed, then the third Ajnana Avarana is to be removed by Jnana, and therefore the worship of Saraswati. And therefore in Kerala etc., first 3 days are worship of Durga, who will destroy all the bad habits, negativities. Second is the worship of Mahalakshmi, who will bring all the positivities. And third is the worship of Saraswati, who will bring that Atma Jnana to us. In many places, on all 9 days or 9 nights, they will worship all the 3 Devis. That also happens. Not necessarily that first 3 days only Durga should be worshipped, next 3 days only Mahalakshmi should be worshipped, last 3 days only Saraswati should be worshipped. Not necessarily. So in a day what they do, they start the day by worship of Saraswati, then afternoon Mahalakshmi, evening Durga Parameshwari, and at night Lalita Tripura Sundari, which is equivalent to Brahman in female form. So thus we have all these things. So in a day also they worship all the 3 forms of Devi also. That also happens. Apart from that, Durga is worshipped on all 9 days also in 9 different forms. This is actually since her birth as the daughter of Himalaya till her life actually goes forward through these 9 different forms. So again you must have heard about this, that Shailaputri, Brahmacharini, and then Chandraghanta, Kushmanda, Skandamata, Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri and Siddhidatri. These are the 9 forms of the Devi which are worshipped on these 9 days. Prathamam Shailaputri cha, Dvitiyam Brahmacharini, Tritiyam Chandraghanteti, Kushmandeti, Chaturtakam, etc. In the Durga Saptashati itself, Devi Mahatmya itself, we have these 9 forms being described. And what are those 9 things? So since her birth, she is born as daughter of Himalaya, as Parvati. So first day is her worship as Shailaputri, daughter of that Himalaya. Second is Brahmacharini, she is a maiden girl. Third is Chandraghanta, on her wedding day she is getting married to Bhagavan Shiva. Fourth is Kushmanda, she is pregnant with the entire universe actually in her womb. Fifth is Skandamata, she gives birth to Skanda, to Kartikeya. Then Katyayani, she is a mother and now she is fighting with all the negativities, Katyayani. Then comes Kalaratri, very terrible form of Devi which is very dark. We'll see the significance of this, but I'm just trying to explain briefly. Then comes Mahagauri. After the Kalaratri is over, she, she just glows with all the radiance and brilliance that she has, Mahagauri. And then the last 9th day is Siddhidatri, who is the giver of all the accomplishments, giver of the result. So these 9 days, we also worship Devi in these 9 forms. Actually, these 9 forms of Devi are 9 steps of sadhana in sadhaka's life. Shailaputri represents that she is born as Himalaya's daughter, means for us, what does it represent? That we are born as Manushas, we are born as human beings, which gives us a chance of liberation. Manushyatva comes first. When we choose to live spiritual life, we proceed to the second level of Brahmacharini. Brahmacharini represents Mumukshutva. So Manushyatva, we are born as human beings, and then we have decided that we will walk the spiritual path and reach liberation, try to reach liberation. So that becomes the second step, Mumukshutva. Then we have to approach Guru. So Devi is getting married to Bhagavan Shiva, and in our Vedanta Shastra, Bhagavan Shiva represents Guru. Isn't it? Sada Shiva Samarambham, Dakshinamurti Bhagavan, our Guru Parampara starts with Shivji. So Devi is getting married to Shiva means what? We are approaching a Guru. Guru Upasadhana is what is happening on the 3rd day. Then when we approach Guru, when we serve, then Guru gives us knowledge, Upadesha happens. So on the 4th day, when she is pregnant, Ushmanda, what does it mean? That we gain knowledge and we become pregnant with knowledge. Pregnant with knowledge means what? We have gained so much of knowledge. But actually this is not a knowledge, this is just information for us right now. Because we have listened from Guru. It is Guru's knowledge that we have heard. It has become information. Now what we need to do? We need to process that information, reflect on that information and assimilate the information. This assimilating the information and making it into knowledge, what we call as the step of Manana, is represented by Skanda Mata. That not just she has taken the Garbha, but she has produced a child. So not only we have gathered information, but we have made it into knowledge. Skanda Mata represents the step of Manana. After Shravana and Manana, after listening from the Guru and after processing and making the knowledge doubtless and crystal clear, it is time for us to meditate on it or to feel that knowledge. The information which has become knowledge now needs to become wisdom. That is represented by Katyayani. In the process of meditation in Nididhyasana, what do? We tackle with all the deep-rooted negative vasanas, called as Viparita Bhavana in Vedantic terms. Those Viparita Bhavana, very strong, wrong habits, perverse thinking, all that is very deep-rooted, and therefore through the practice of meditation we try to tackle with it. That is represented by Katyayani, who fights with negativities. When we are practicing Nididhyasana, when we are practicing meditation, sometimes we face absolute darkness. In seeker's life, many times this is referred as dark night of the soul. It's there in all religions actually. That seeker, having practiced so much for a longer time, suddenly faces nothing. Neither the seeker is progressing, nor the seeker is falling, but is just facing complete void darkness. That is represented by Kalaratri. And the way to tackle this is to be at it. Just remain there. Don't come back and say that, oh, I am not progressing. Don't worry, don't get distracted at this moment. Just remain there. Even during the practice of meditation, having practiced, mind will become quiet. More and more sattvic mind will become. But suddenly you will feel kind of numbness or nullness of the mind. That's called as this Kalaratri. When you remain there, this phase also goes away. Then what comes? Then comes the glow of Atmajnana. Dark night is over and then the bright sunlight comes out. The seeker crosses this hurdle and enters into the 8th stage of Mahagauri. Mahagauri, the word itself means Gaura. Gaura means that golden brilliance of Devi. And when that Atmajnana comes, the result of Jivan Mukti is natural. That is represented by the 9th form of Siddhidatri, the giver of accomplishment, or Siddhi. Siddhi here for us is not some Siddhis of mind, etc. is the Siddhi, the final accomplishment of Mukti. And therefore, if we see carefully, these are all not just 9 days of worship of Devi, but actually a seeker is going through the entire spiritual journey in these 9 days. Manushyatva, Mumukshutva, Guru Upasadana, approaching a Guru, Shravana, listening, Manana, reflecting, Nididhyasana, practice of meditation. Then in Kalaratri, Samadhi Abhyasa, where you remain there. Then comes Atmajnana, the glow of Atmajnana on the 8th day, and Jivan Mukti on the 9th day. So Navaratri is celebration of this spiritual path. As seeker, we may be at any of these steps. Doesn't matter. But we go through the entire spiritual journey in these 9 days, so that we become more equipped to follow the path forever, till we reach moksha. Now, how do we do it? What is the sadhana that we must do during these 9 days? As I said earlier also, that there is no one sadhana that must be done. Different sadhanas I will tell. According to our temperament, according to our eligibility, according to our availability, we have to decide what sadhana I am going to do. During these 9 days, or rather 9 nights, the worship of Devi through puja is very popular. As I told you, in many places, Devi is worshipped in all forms on every day. So, Saraswati puja in the morning, Lakshmi puja in the afternoon, Durga puja in the evening, and Lalita Tripura Sundari puja at night. If not all, we should at least perform one at night. And if we don't know how to perform puja, we should at least participate in that puja. You all must be knowing that here in Adi Shankar Nilayam, we have Navaratri celebration which is done in a very grand way. You all must be now aware of Swami Shardananji and how he performs this puja, and Navaratri is just a different experience for us here. So this time too we have a camp, Shakti Upasana camp for those 9 days, which focuses on this worship of Devi during this Navaratri. I will show you the details towards the end of the session so that we can note. If you want to come here, stay here, and these 9 days celebrate this through the worship of Devi, you are most welcome. In case you cannot come, our evening puja or night puja is always telecasted live. So you can participate staying at your place also. The whole day celebrations are not telecasted live, but the night puja will be telecasted live. So you can participate in that puja. That is one worship, that is puja. Second sadhana that is performed during Navaratri by different seekers is patha. Patha means chanting. So Durga Saptashati or Devi Mahatmya Patha is done during these 9 days. You know Durga Saptashati, the 13 chapters from Markandeya Purana, which are called Durga Saptashati, 700 verses. So we have those 13 chapters which are chanted during these 9 days, or many people do it every day also. Every day if you know how to chant Durga Saptashati, and if you do, it will take 1.5 hours maybe little more than that according to your speed, but it will take that much every day if you chant the whole Durga Saptashati every day. Some places they do the Saptanna Pata. Saptanna Pata means in 9 days they complete the entire Durga Saptashati once. So there is a process is there. If you see Gita Press book, the book will mention what should be chanted before, and then the chapter, how should it start, and first chapter should be along with all the Kavacha Stotras, etc. First chapter is to be chanted. Then the second day, second and third chapter, third day, fourth chapter, then 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, like that. In which day, how many chapters and which chapters are to be chanted, that also is given. Okay. For your information, let me tell also. First chapter on first day, second and third chapter on the second day, then third day, fourth chapter, then 5, 6, 7, 8 on one day, then 9, 10 on one day, 11 on next day, and 12, 13. So Saptan, in 7 days you can finish the entire Durga Saptashati. On 8th day, Ashtami day, most of the people do the entire Patha again, Durga Ashtami. Very important day, and many people do the Havana also, Mahachandika Homa, etc. on the 8th day. That is how we do the Durga Saptashati Patha during this Navratri. Many people also chant Lalita Sahasranama Stotra. Lalita Sahasranama also is chanted during these 9 days. So puja, patha. Then comes japa. Whether we do patha or not, because everybody may not be able to chant in Sanskrit, may not know how to chant, that's okay. But japa is something that all of us can do. See, puja requires some kind of training. You should know few things. Some adhikaritva is also required. Even patha, etc., you should know Sanskrit, you should know that particular stotra, and you need to do that. So that is also there. But mantra, japa, is something that everybody can do. So during these 9 days, we chant Devi's Navakshari mantra. Mantra which has 9 letters, and that mantra is Om, Aim, Reem, Kleem, Chamundayai Viche. I will repeat. Om, Aim, Reem, Kleem, Chamundayai Viche. So remove the Om. Om is added before every mantra, but other than Om, there will be 9 letters in the mantra, if you see. Om, Aim, Reem, Kleem, Chamundayai Viche. Not Vichai, Viche. So we can do this mantra in our japa sadhana every day, 1 mala at least. Actually, this is one mantra for all forms of Devi. If you say Aim, Reem, Kleem, these 3 are the Bija mantras of Saraswati, Mahalakshmi and Durga. So all 3 are invoked in the same mantra. So therefore, this one mantra you can practice, you can do japa 1 mala every day. That is one sadhana that all of us can do. So I have already told you, puja can be done, patha can be done of Durga Saptashati, Lalita Sahasranama, etc. Japa can be done. We can also meditate on Devi for some time, 5 minutes. Initially, if we are not introduced to dhyana sadhana or samadhi abhyasa, etc., at least look at the beautiful form of Devi and with the closed eyes try to imagine that form. That itself is sufficient. Okay, that itself is sufficient. That also you can do. Please avoid doing japa during your dhyana, during your meditation. Japa should be separate. You can do that first and then sit for dhyana, where you are not chanting anything but just trying to imagine the beautiful form of Devi. If that also can be done, that itself is a great sadhana. Apart from that, many people take up upavasa also. So during the 9 days, many people are there, they don't eat at all. It's a very tough sadhana to do for 9 days. Some people, they eat once. Some people, they eat only fruits. Some people will have only water. Whichever way, I am telling you again, please don't take up some sadhana which your body will not be able to handle. Please take up sadhana that the body can handle, because it's a slow process. You can't directly sit for medical exam. You have to first pass 10th standard, 12th standard, go step by step. So in the same way, don't take up suddenly. You have never taken up Navaratri Sadhana or Upavasa, etc. and this time I am not going to eat at all. Don't do that. Try to reduce. If you eat 3 times, you say that during these 9 days, I am going to eat only 2 times or only 1 time, and other time I will eat only fruits. If you are used to doing Upavasa, then you say during these 9 days, I am only going to eat fruits, or whatever works for you. Some people may be working during those days, their office, etc. will be there, physical work will be there. Don't take up this Upavasa, etc. if the body cannot handle. Okay. But I am just telling you that this is another sadhana which people do or which can be done by us. Okay. So all these different kinds of sadhana. Then there are so many other things. There are people who don't wear footwears during the 9 days. They go to Devi temple every day, and different sadhanas that we do can be taken up for these 9 days. I will just tell you why this kind of sadhana is necessary. There are many people even who are present here who will say that, Veji, we do sadhana every day. I do japa every day. You may be doing Navakshari japa only every day. What is so special? See, speciality of sadhana is many folds. So one point is, if we are not regular in our sadhana, these kind of festivals will bring that regularity. Why? Because now I have something to look forward to. Okay, I have something to, because the 9 days are special, and therefore I will do it. Take up as a vrata that these 9 days I will not miss my sadhana. So that becomes an occasion for us to rededicate ourselves to sadhana. In case we already are doing sadhana, we can intensify our sadhana during these 9 days. So if I am already doing japa, then I can intensify it, do it more. Okay, during these 9 days. That also can be done. And third thing, if I have never done sadhana, this is a great way to start doing it, at least for these 9 days. So like this, our sadhana during these festivals, these Navaratri, etc. will help us on our spiritual path. Okay. So that is the main point that I wanted to discuss with all of you with respect to this Navaratri sadhana. Now there are some questions which I will take up related to this sadhana, and then if there is anything else, you can ask. Please repeat mantra if possible. Om, Aim, Reem, Kleem, Chamundayai, Viche. I will request them to also circulate it in the groups. Anyways, you will get it. If you are following CIF's page, etc., during Navaratri, you will get this mantra coming as a post also. So, Om Aim Reem Kleem Chamundayai Viche. Second question. I am working. How should be my sadhana schedule during Navaratri? The best thing about Navaratri is you can do the sadhana including puja, japa, patha, etc. at night. So when you come back from home, even late in the evening, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock also you can do this sadhana, 9:30 also, no problem. Okay. So don't worry about I have to do everything before I go to work, not necessary. At least during the Navaratri, we have that freedom of doing at night. Okay. If you are used to doing sadhana in the morning before you go to office, very good, please continue. It is not said that it should be done in the night. It can be done during the day also. Patha, japa, everything can be done during the day also. So accordingly you can manage your schedule. Can japa be done without upadesha? See, when you are doing this kind of japa for your spiritual progress, not to attain any siddhi, not doing it with other upacharas. So traditionally with upadesha, when you do with Guru's upadesha, then the other elements to that mantra are added. Nyasadi things are added, karanyasa, anganyasa, dhyana, all these things are added. Those things should be done with proper upadesha of the Guru. If you are just chanting the mantra and doing it as one mala of that for your spiritual progress, don't worry about it. You can do it even without upadesha. Next, When Devi is one, why do we worship different forms of one Devi Ma? Because we like variety. God is one, but we have so many different things because we like variety. These different forms are doing different functions. Saraswati is consort of Brahmaji. She helps Brahmaji with the knowledge to give to create. Mahalakshmi supports Mahavishnu in taking care of the world, and therefore she is the giver of wealth, inner and outer both. And Durga Parmeshwari helps, as Parvati, helps Shivji for the dissolution or destruction, and therefore she is goddess of power. So goddess of knowledge, goddess of inner wealth, and goddess of power. They are all one only, agreed, as Lalita Tripura Sundari, they are one, but we worship them in different forms because we like variety. And different people may want different aspect of Devi. Somebody may be seeking only knowledge, therefore they worship Saraswati. Somebody may be seeking only outer wealth or inner wealth, they worship Lakshmi. Somebody may seek power, they can worship Durga. Alright? Okay, so that is the concept. Like Brahman is one, but can be worshipped as Vishnu, Shiva, Rama, Krishna, Ganesha, Kartikeya. Same concept is there for Devi also. Devi is one only, but can be worshipped in different forms. What about fasting for working women? As I said, it's up to you. You have to see how much your body can take, and that much only you should do. Don't take up fasting if you are not capable. If you are not well, don't take up these kind of sadhanas. As I said, main important thing is japa. You should not have any reason for not doing japa. All other sadhanas are optional. Okay? Alright. Can we chant 108 names during puja? Yes. Can you send PDF? That I don't know. You can find it on Google. You will have Saraswati Ashtottara, Mahalakshmi Ashtottara, Durga Ashtottara, etc. That generally people do chant also. Please tell us about the flowers for these 9 days. I have no idea. Typical woman's question. 9 days, what colors of sari you should wear, and I have no idea of all that. Okay, I am sticking to the spiritual practices. Nishkama Patha of Durga Saptashati can be done without following strict rules. Yes, it can be done. It can be done. If you don't take it up as a vow, just do it for your spiritual progress, it can be done. There is nothing wrong. Alright. I think we are done with the questions. So, I hope this session was helpful to you. Please continue to practice, and wish you all the very best and very happy Navaratri. I will just share the poster of the Shakti Upasana camp that I was referring to. Shakti Upasana camp, 11-day residential camp, this time in Adi Shankar Nilayam. It is facilitated by Swami Shardananda ji, starting from 22nd of September, which is the Ghatasthapana, Pratipada, and this time Shakti Upasana is there 11 days, because Navratri is 10 days. Navratri is 10 days means 9 days according to lunar calendar, but in English calendar that we follow, it is 10 days. And then the Shehra will be there, Vijayadashmi will be there on the 2nd. So starting from 22nd till 2nd of October, you can participate by coming here and staying here as camp. As I said, during these days, starting from 22nd up to 1st, we will also have night puja, which will be telecasted on YouTube. Okay. So please, if you can, please participate either physically or virtually. That will be very helpful to all of you. Alright. Chalo. We will conclude. Thank you all. Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om.